Hi everyone, my name is Maddi Schink. I'm a first year student at CC and I'm a Hatha yoga instructor, and so I usually teach when we're at school, but obviously right now we're trying to reach out to you with some digital resources. So yeah, today will be a kind of a relaxing, a calming, restorative Hatha yoga session. It's great to do. I used to teach this sequence right before bed at bedtime yoga, so if that's something that you're interested in. I'm not going to play music today just because the quality isn't going to be great through my computer, but if you need a recommendation, there's like a yoga and meditation playlist on Spotify, or you can probably just Google a good relaxing playlist, and that's kind of usually what I play for my class. So yeah, we'll get started here. You can just meet me in the middle of your mat. I'm going to try to have this class require no blocks or no props that you might not have wherever you are in the world right now. So just a mat is good if you have that. If not, good old-fashioned carpet or anywhere you can find space. So again, just meeting me in the middle of your mat here, eyes closed, palms gently resting on your knees. Your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears and down your spine. And just slowly begin to bring some awareness to your breath. Every inhale, allowing the air to fill up your stomach and your side body before it slips into your chest. With every exhale, just letting it all go. Mind begins to wander, just gently redirect it to this space, to this place on your mat. Beautiful. When you're ready, just slowly starting some gentle neck circles here. So on your inhale, lifting your head up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, dropping it down towards the earth. Just flowing with your own breath in this movement here. Maybe doing one more circle in this direction. And then when you're ready, go ahead and swing the opposite way. Again, dropping your head down towards the earth. Inhale, lifting it up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Returning to your neutral spine here. Go ahead and start with some shoulder rolls. So again, inhaling those shoulders on up, squeezing for a moment at the top, and then exhale, dropping them behind you here. Again, you're using your own breath to flow through this movement. Oftentimes we can hold a lot of tension, a lot of tightness in our shoulders. So just allowing yourself to release that. You're ready, go ahead and swing the opposite way. So again, inhaling on up, exhale this time, dropping them forward. Beautiful. Turning to your neutral position here. Go ahead and open your eyes if you so choose. And go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you, like so. This way here. Make sure you're grounding down through your sits bones here, sitting up nice and tall, reaching through the crown of your head. And just begin to slowly point and flex your feet here. Inhale, pointing one foot. Exhale, go ahead and switch, just kind of waking everything up. Beautiful, a couple more here. And then when you're ready on your next inhale, go ahead and cross that leg over in a figure 4. And then what you're gonna do is just gently guide your foot in some smooth rotations here. So just kind of waking up your ankles. Circling in one direction. And then when you're ready, go ahead and swing the opposite way. Beautiful. Go ahead and return that foot back down to the mat, this time crossing over in another figure 4, the opposite side. Again, just gentle movements here. One more, and then circling in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Go ahead and replace that leg back down on the mat here. Maybe give a little shake. And then what I'd like you to do is kind of prop up your feet on your mat like so. And go ahead and just roll on down. So your feet are going to remain grounded into your mat here. And your arms are going to come out to a T. I want you to go ahead and inhale, one leg up, nice and straight. And then exhale, cross it on over, figure 4. And you're going to go ahead and reach your fingertips behind the back of that leg here. For me, it's my left leg. And just slowly begin to apply some pressure. So gently pulling that thigh towards your chest. At the same time, imagine that you're opening up through your knee on the leg that's crossed over. Feeling that openness in the hips. Beautiful. One more deep inhalation. And then go ahead and exhale, unwinding here, placing both feet back down on the mat. And then when you're ready this time, go ahead and inhale that left leg up nice and high towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, crossing it on over in a figure 4. Again, reaching your fingertips behind the back of that leg. And just go ahead and apply some gentle pressure here. Sending your breath to any areas that might be tight or tense. Beautiful. One more deep inhalation. And then exhale, unwind. Beautiful. This time, go ahead and straighten those legs out on your mat here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring those arms out to a T. And inhale that right leg up nice and high. And then exhale, go ahead and cross it over. So you're crossing it over your left leg, which is still extended, and you're going to be gazing over your right shoulder for a nice spinal twist here. Making sure that both of your shoulder blades are still firmly engaged and pressing into the mat here. Every inhale, imagining that you're lengthening through the crown of your head and the bottom of your foot. Every exhale, twisting just a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation. And then exhale, go ahead and lift that leg back up here and then replacing it back down on the mat. Beautiful. So this time we're going to go ahead and lift that left leg up nice and high. Your arms are still out to a T. And then exhale, crossing it on over. Again for that spinal twist. This time gazing over your left shoulder. Beautiful. One more deep inhalation. And then exhale, lifting that left leg up nice and high towards the sky for placing it back down on your mat. Beautiful. On your next inhalation, Go ahead and wrap those arms around your shins here, giving yourself a nice big hug. Maybe massaging your lower spine, rocking side to side here. And then when you're ready, just slowly start to get some momentum, rocking back and forth until you come back into a seated position on your mat. Beautiful. Now if you all want to meet me in the middle of your mat here in tabletop. So in this position, your shoulders are going to be directly over your wrists, your hips directly over your knees, tops of your feet are pressing gently into your mat here. And I just invite you to take some movements that feel good for you. I like to do this big roll here, this big circle. So I inhale towards the top of my mat, and then exhale, shifting my weight, shifting my hips back. Loosening everything up here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and circle in the opposite direction. So again, inhaling up towards the top of your mat, exhale, shifting your weight back. Awesome, doing a couple more here. Beautiful. When you're ready, go ahead and just return to that neutral tabletop. And we're gonna go ahead and start with some cat and some cow. So on your inhale, dropping your belly towards the earth, lifting your gaze up towards the sky. Cow pose. Beautiful. And then exhale, pressing through your palms, engaging that space between your shoulder blades. Dropping your head towards the earth. Cat pose. Again, inhale, dropping your belly towards the earth, lifting up your gaze here. Beautiful. And just flow with your own breath through this movement. Just finding your own rhythm. Beautiful. Taking one more movement here. And then go ahead and meet me back in that neutral tabletop. Awesome. So when you're ready, remaining in that tabletop position, go ahead and inhale that right arm up nice and high towards the ceiling, gazing towards your fingertips. And then exhale, swooping it on through here, thread the needle. So your fingertips are reaching towards the side. You can gently rest on the side of your head here. And there's two options. You can either extend that left hand towards the top of your mat, or if you're feeling like you want a little bit of a twist or a bind here, go ahead and wrap that arm around the back of your body. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation here. And then go ahead and press on back up here, opening up one more time. Right fingertips reaching towards the sky. Exhale, replacing that hand back down on your mat. Beautiful. All right, now on the left side, so go ahead and inhale those arms up nice and high. Fingertips reaching. And then exhale, swoop it on through, thread the needle. Again, option to extend that right hand, or go ahead and wrap it around if you so choose. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation here. And then exhale, unwinding, pressing back up, opening up one more time with those left fingertips reaching towards the sky. And then exhale, replacing that hand back down on your mat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now we're going to be coming into our first down dog of the class here. So from your tabletop, if you want to go ahead and just tuck those back toes and press into a downward facing dog. So imagine that someone is pulling your tailbone up to the ceiling, with the string here and really engage that space between your shoulder blades. Option to pedal out your feet here, walking the dog, getting a nice calf stretch. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, go ahead and just step or hop to the front of your mat here. Fingertips reaching towards your toes. And then when you're ready, just slowly rolling up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Stacking yourself up. Beautiful. So now we're going to be coming into some sun salutations to kind of get the blood flowing a little bit more. I also do a moon salutation variation. So it's kind of up to you. I'll give you two different options for the lunge piece of this, depending on if you're doing this in the morning or in the night, what kind of energy you want to flow through here. So if you want to just meet me at the top of your mat, feet are together here, standing up nice and tall, palms are facing towards the front of your mat. Shoulders are relaxed away from your ears and down your spine. Beautiful. On your next inhalation, go ahead and lift those arms up nice and high towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, forward fold, fingertips reaching towards your toes. Beautiful. Planting your palms. Go ahead and step on back into a plank here. And then transitioning into downward dog. Beautiful. On your next inhalation, go ahead and lift that right leg up nice and high, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it on through for a low lunge. And then go ahead and drop that back knee. Top of your foot is pressing into your mat. And you've got two options here for the arms. So if you're doing this in the morning, you want a little sun salutation action, go ahead and open on up here for horse riding pose. So your fingertips are extending towards the back of your mat and you're sinking into your hips, but you're still making sure you have a 90-degree angle here. The other option is if you're doing a moon salutation, go ahead and inhale, lifting those arms up nice and high. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation, and then go ahead and exhale, planting those palms. Stepping back into downward facing dog. And then go ahead and inhale, that left leg up nice and high, step it on through, dropping that back knee, and again, opening on up. Fingertips reaching towards the back of your mat, or if you'd like, extending towards the sky. One more deep inhalation, and then go ahead and plant those palms, stepping back into a downward facing dog. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and shift your weight forward into a high plank. We'll be doing something called Ashtanga Namaskara. So what you're gonna do is drop your knees, chest, chin to the floor. So your hips remain lifted. And then go ahead and inhale on up into Cobra pose. Beautiful. Or an option for kind of more of a baby cobra. It's up to you. The important part is that your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears here, and your arms are kind of hugging your side. Beautiful. One more deep inhalation. And then exhale, tucking those back toes, walking it on out. And then go ahead and just hop or step to the front of your mat. And here in Padahastasana, so your fingertips are reaching towards your toes. Another option here to get a nice hamstring stretch is to grasp the opposite elbow and just sway side to side. I really like this one because it helps me get a little bit more stretch in my hamstrings. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and roll on up vertebrae by vertebrae. Stacking yourself up here into Tadasana or mountain pose. Beautiful. So that was the first, that was kind of just a general overview of what a sun or a moon salutation can look like. I'm going to do it with a little bit more flow this time. I kind of went slowly and walked us through step by step. But this time we're going to get more into a a flow of vinyasa. So you want to go ahead and meet me once again here at the top of your mat. Go ahead and inhale those arms up nice and high, fingertips reaching towards the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, palms through heart center, fingertips reaching towards your toes. Go ahead and plant those palms. This time, go ahead and step that right leg on back. Beautiful. Dropping that right knee to the floor. Top of your right foot is pressing into the earth. And then go ahead and inhale on up. You can tell it's daylight where I am, so I'm doing the sun salutation version here. I'm in horse riding pose. Again, making sure to stay true to that 90-degree angle. Beautiful. Exhale, planting your palms, stepping on back into downward facing dog, pedaling out those feet. And then on your next inhale, shifting your weight on forward into a high plank. And then Ashtanga Namaskara, so dropping your knees, chest, chin to the floor. And then inhale, swooping up here. I'm coming into baby cobra pose. Excellent. Exhale, tucking those back toes, returning to your downward facing dog for just a brief moment. And then go ahead and inhale that right leg up nice and high towards the ceiling. Exhale, bringing it on through, planting it between your palms. Exhale, dropping your back knee. And again, opening on up. I really like this one because it opens up your chest. Allows you to open up that heart chakra. Beautiful. Exhale, planting your palms, this time bringing your left foot up to meet your right at the top of your mat. And then when you're ready, slowly rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking yourself into mountain pose. All right, we've got 2 more rounds of that here to get the blood really flowing. So on your next inhale, arms up overhead, Asta Uttanasana, slight bend in your back. Exhale, palms through heart center, fingertips reaching towards your toes. Exhale, planting your palms, this time stepping your left leg back. Stopping in a low lunge for just a brief moment before you drop that back knee, tops of your feet press into your mat, and you open on up. With this one, with this horse riding pose, I like to imagine that I'm shooting energy out from my fingertips here, engaging every part of my body. Beautiful. Exhale, pressing your palm back into the mat, stepping into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, shifting on forward, dropping those knees, chest, chin to the floor. And then inhale, swooping on up into cobra pose. One more deep inhalation. And then exhale, tucking those back toes, returning to your downward facing dog. Beautiful. This time on your next inhalation, lifting that left leg up nice and high towards the ceiling. Exhale, bringing it on through, planting it between your palms. Exhale, dropping that back right knee this time and opening on up. Beautiful. Exhale, planting your palms, stepping on back into downward facing dog. And then go ahead and just either step or hop to the front of your mat here. Beautiful, beautiful. And then rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking yourself on up. Beautiful. All right, one more time, folks. Okay, inhaling, arms on up. Asta Uttanasana, slight bend in your back. Exhale, palms through heart center, fingertips reaching toward your toes. Exhale, pressing your palms, sending that right leg on back once again, dropping that right knee to the floor. You open on up. Another option here is you can cactus your arms open, gazing towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Exhale, planting your palms, stepping on back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, shifting your weight on forward, high plank, dropping those knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, swooping on up into Bhujangasana. Beautiful. Exhale, tucking those back toes, pressing into your downward facing dog. This time, inhaling your right leg up nice and high towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, drawing it on through, planting it between your palms. This time, dropping that back left knee. Inhale, opening on up. Beautiful. Again, option to cactus your arms open. Exhale, planting your palms, bringing that left leg up to meet your right at the top of your mat. And then when you're ready, just slowly rolling up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Beautiful. So yeah, and that's something that you can do on your own if you just have 5 minutes and want to run through a couple of sun salutations or moon salutations. That's really an awesome way to get some energy flowing throughout your body. So if you want to meet me, once again at the top of your mat here, feet together, palms facing towards the top of your mat. Shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. And again, just focusing on your breath. Bringing awareness back to your breath here. Maybe picking up all 10 toes off your mat and just gently replacing them one by one. Just cultivating that awareness of your body. Beautiful. When you're ready on your next inhalation, go ahead and inhale those arms up nice and tall. Uttanasana. Slight bend in your back. Exhale, palms through heart center, fingertips reaching towards your toes. Exhale, press, planting your palms and stepping back into a high plank. And we're gonna hold here for 3 breaths. So inhale for the count of 2. Exhale. Inhale for the count of 2. Exhale. All right, one more breath. Inhale for the count of 2. Exhale, and on your exhale, lowering yourself on down here. Beautiful. So you may have to adjust yourself so that your forehead can comfortably rest on your mat here. What you want to do though is place your palms kind of right by your shoulders, underneath your shoulders. Your arms aren't out here, but they're hugging your sides. And just go ahead and gently rest your forehead on your mat. We're going to be doing a couple of baby cobras. So resting your forehead on your mat. And then on your next inhale, slowly activating here. Lifting on up, engaging your lower back and pressing through those palms. So you're going to be gazing right in front of your mat. Make sure you're not looking up or straight down, just gently right in front of your mat here. Beautiful. Holding for one more breath. And then exhale, lowering on down. Beautiful. 2 more times here. So go ahead and inhale on up. Exhale, lowering on down. One more time. Go ahead and inhale on up. Go ahead and exhale on down. Beautiful. When you're ready, bringing those big toes together, pressing on back, coming to child's pose. So your knees are going to be as wide as your mat. And then just go ahead and sink on back here. Fingertips are reaching towards the top of your mat. Forehead gently resting on the earth. And this is an awesome point to reconnect with your breath and to focus on a technique I like to, that's called diaphragmatic breathing. And I like to use this breath to really cultivate that awareness of my body and how I'm feeling. And so what you're going to be focusing on is allowing that air to fill up your stomach and your side body before it slips into your chest. So really focusing on expanding your stomach, filling it with air before it reaches into your chest, and then exhaling it on out. It's one of the best breathing techniques that you can do for your body. It gets you the most oxygen, the most energy. And so when you're in this position, it's kind of nice to try to focus on that type of breathing while you're resting here. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath. And then when you're ready, go ahead, Shifting back on up into tabletop here for a moment before you tuck those back toes, returning to downward facing dog. Again, engaging that space between your shoulder blades. Lifting that tailbone up towards the sky. Walking out those feet if you so choose. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and step or hop to the front of your mat here. Again, maybe grasping those opposite elbows and just swaying side to side. Maybe noticing if your hamstrings feel any different than they did at the beginning of class here. Maybe bending one knee and the other. Beautiful, and then go ahead and inhale on up. Shoulders again are relaxed away from your ears and down your spine. Beautiful, we'll be going into a little bit of a warrior sequence here. So on your next inhalation, go ahead and inhale your arms on up, Uttanasana. Beautiful, exhale, palms to heart center, planting your palms here, stepping that right leg back. But instead of dropping your knee like we did in the sun and the moon salutations, go ahead and inhale on up. Beautiful, so you're coming into crescent. So the important part of this is your back heel is lifted and this front leg is straight towards the front of your mat and your toes and your knee are pointing in the same direction. Make sure you're engaging your core here and your biceps are framing your ears. Beautiful, crescent lunge. Now on your next inhale, go ahead and lift on up a little bit. Exhale, sinking on down. Beautiful, 2 more times. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale, sinking on down. Beautiful. Excellent. And then when you're ready, go ahead and drop that back heel so that your foot is at a 45-degree angle coming into warrior one. Similar position here, it's just the difference in that back foot, maybe just noticing how it feels. For one more breath. And then exhale, opening on up into warrior two. So your back foot is gonna be parallel with the back end of your mat, and you're gonna go ahead and sink into that front hip here. Okay, and your arms are coming out. You're gazing softly over your left fingertips. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation. And then exhale, go ahead and slide that right hand down the back of your right leg, lifting your left fingertips up towards the sky, gazing towards your fingertips. Beautiful, taking one more deep inhalation. And then exhale, go ahead and cartwheel on down here. Returning to that kind of propped lunge just for a moment. And then dropping that back knee. And you can come into a half split. So usually in class, this is where we might have blocks. So you can grab something else, maybe a pillow or even a book or something that can kind of help you prop up. If not, you can just place your fingertips gently on your mat and try to make sure that your back is straight. You're leaning forward with your chest and you're not curving or collapsing here, but you're keeping your chest nice and open. Beautiful, flexing through that front foot and just shifting your weight back accordingly to where you can stretch here. An important part of this is just meeting your body where it's at. Practicing that yoga principle of ahimsa or kindness. Non-violence towards yourself, towards others. Beautiful, taking one more deep inhalation. And then exhale, coming on back into that lunge for just a moment before you step on back into downward dog. And then you step or hop to the front of your mat. Beautiful, and then just go ahead and roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Back into Tadasana or mountain pose. Beautiful, excellent, excellent. So again, meeting at the top of your mat, feet are together. Inhale, lifting your arms up, Asta Uttanasana, slight bend in your back. Exhale, palms through heart center, fingertips reaching towards your toes. Exhale, this time, go ahead and step that left leg on back, coming into this low lunge here. And then go ahead and inhale, activating on up, engaging your core, coming into crescent lunge. Again, that back heel is lifted. Beautiful. Biceps are framing your ears. Excellent, excellent. Taking one more deep inhalation. And then we're going to start to do the pulses. So inhaling on up. Exhale, sinking on down. Okay, 2 more times. Inhaling on up. Exhale, sinking back down. Final time here. Inhale, engaging, pressing on up. Exhale, sinking on down. Beautiful. When you're ready, dropping that back heel so it's at a 45-degree angle here, but making sure your hips are still square to the front of your mat, coming into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Beautiful. On your exhale, you're going to open on up, so Warrior Two. Again, that back foot is parallel with the back end of your mat, and then you're going to be sinking into this front leg, making sure that your chest is nice and open, your fingers are out to the side here, and you're gazing softly over your right fingertips. Also, make sure you're engaging your core. You're not leaning back here or leaning too much forward. You're nice and centered. Beautiful. One more deep inhalation. And then exhale, go ahead and slide that left hand down the back of your left leg, reaching your right fingertips up towards the sky. Making sure you're not collapsing too much in the side body, but you still have some space for a nice deep breath. Reverse warrior. Beautiful. Exhale, cartwheeling your arms on down, coming to that low lunge for just a brief moment before you drop that back left knee, pressing the top of your feet into the mat here and shifting back into a split. So again, if you have anything that you want to use instead of blocks, you can use a pillow or a blanket or whatever works for you. Otherwise, just kind of reaching with your fingertips here, leaning forward with your heart open. So your chest open here. Flexing through that front foot. This is an excellent time to focus on sending your breath to any areas that might be tight or might be tense. Every inhale, just noticing. With every exhale, just letting it go. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation here. And then exhale. Go ahead, plant those palms, stepping on back into downward facing dog. Pedaling out those feet here for a moment. And then when you're ready, go ahead and hop or step to the front of your mat. Fingertips reaching towards your toes before you roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, on your next inhalation, go ahead and lift your arms up nice and high towards the ceiling, Asta Uttanasana. Exhale, palms through heart center, fingertips reaching towards your toes. Planting your palms, this time stepping back into a high plank. Beautiful. Engaging, holding here, one more time. We'll be doing this for 3 breaths. So inhale for a count of 2. Exhale, 1, 2. Beautiful. Again, inhaling for a count of 2. And then exhale. You're engaging everything here, actively pressing through your palms. Beautiful. And exhale, lowering yourself on down once again. Slowly. Beautiful, beautiful. So now we're going to be coming into something called Makarasana or crocodile pose. So this is one of my favorites for that diaphragmatic breathing that I talked to you all about earlier. So basically what you're going to be doing is your feet are going to be splayed at the edge of your mat, out like so. And then you're going to want to stack your forearms on top of one another and gently rest your forehead on your forearms. So the key here is that when you're doing that, your chest needs to be lifted off the mat. That's very important because you want to have space for your chest here. So you can adjust your forearms accordingly if they need to be out further or they need to be closer. Make sure you're not creating undue tension on your neck here. But yeah, we're just going to be coming into crocodile or makarasana. So again, with this position, you're allowing that air to fill up your stomach and your side body before it reaches into your chest. Really, your chest actually shouldn't be moving at all by the time you've mastered this breath. So it's a good thing to practice, even if, again, like I said, if you have 5 minutes a day and you just need a restorative posture, makarasana is a beautiful one to go to. Every inhale, noticing how your belly fills up with air and presses into your mat, presses into the earth. Every exhale, noticing how you sink back down towards your mat here. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation. And then exhale. Once again, bringing those big toes together, pressing on up. Your knees are going to go as wide as your mat. And you're going to sink on down into child's pose. Fingertips reaching towards the top of your mat here. Seeing if you can maintain that diaphragmatic breathing from makrasana to child's pose. Beautiful. When you're ready, go ahead, shifting back up into a tabletop here for just a brief moment before you tuck those back toes, pressing into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift that left leg up nice and high towards the sky. Exhale, bringing it on through. This time coming to pigeon pose. Ekapada Rajakopatasana. I love this one. So basically an important part of this here, actually going to face the camera this way. An important part of this right here is that you need to make sure that your back leg is straight behind you, that your knee isn't off to one side or the other, and your shin isn't off to one side or the other. And another thing is that you can always roll to the side and kind of adjust your shin. So the more parallel your shin is with the top of your mat, the more intense the stretch is going to be. For me, it's a little too much, a little too intense if my shin is completely parallel. So I kind of like to bring it in a little bit, and then I roll my hips back on top. Beautiful, like so. And then inhale, lifting on up here, nice and tall through the crown of your head. And then exhale, folding on forward. So you can come again to where it's comfortable for you. I like to just stack my forearms and gently rest my head here. Otherwise, you can kind of do one of these, or you can even remain up here. Another option is if this is really intense, if you have a block, placing it underneath your right hip, or if you have a blanket, just something that can kind of give you a little bit of extra support. And get comfortable here. We're going to be staying here for about 10 breaths. So just making sure that you're in a position that's not hurting you or not too intense. Again, it's about meeting your body where it's at today. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation here. And then exhale, go ahead and pressing back on up, lifting through the crown of your head for just a brief moment. And then exhale, planting those palms and stepping on back into downward facing dog. And just taking a moment to maybe notice the differences in your different side bodies here. Notice if anything is more open on one side or the other. Walking it on out, and then when you're ready, go ahead and inhale that left leg up nice and high this time. Exhale, bringing it on through. So that left knee is by your left wrist, and then that foot is kind of towards your hip. Again, shift off to the side, adjust your shin accordingly, and then you can roll your weight on top again. Beautiful. Again, that back leg needs to be straight. That's probably the most important part here. You shouldn't be off to one side or the other. You should be directly pressing on your kneecap. Beautiful. Go ahead and inhale up nice and tall. Exhale, sinking on forward here. Again, coming to the place that feels good to you. Practicing that diaphragmatic breathing, imagining the air flowing throughout your entire body, your entire system here. Sending it to those places that might be tight or might be tense. Beautiful. Taking one more deep inhalation here. Exhale, go ahead and press on up for just a moment, lifting through the crown of your head. Exhale, tucking those back toes, pressing into downward facing dog. Pedaling out those feet here. Beautiful, beautiful. And then go ahead and shift on forward. Again, plank position, and then lowering yourself on down. Beautiful. So at this point here, if you do about 10 minutes of Shavasana, that is about an hour class for you. So if you want to keep that nice relaxing music going, what you can do at this point is just roll on to your back here. So your feet are at the edges of your mat, your palms are facing upwards, your head is pointing towards the sky. I like to sometimes place, I feel like there's a lot of space underneath my back, I'll like to place a blanket or cover myself up with a blanket. So just coming into Shavasana here. This is corpse pose, or the final resting posture of a class. Just allows us time and the space to thank our bodies for what it helped us do today on our mat. Again, I'm just inviting you to practice that diaphragmatic breathing. Every inhale, allowing the air to fill up your side body and your stomach before it reaches into your chest. If you have any essential oils, for those of you who come to my class, know that this is when I usually like to use a little bit of lavender to just help yourself relax, to really sink into this posture, to really surrender. Beautiful. And for those of you who are ready, you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But for those of you who are ready here, just go ahead and roll over onto that left side body. So using your arm as a pillow, stacking those knees on top of one another. After one more deep inhalation here, just go ahead and press up with that right palm, just returning to the middle of your mat here in easy pose where we started the class together. Palms just resting on your knees here, shoulders relaxed down away from your ears and down your spine, lifting through the crown of your head. Just taking one more moment to thank yourself for your time that you put in on the mat here, thanking your body for the work it put in. And just looking forward into the week ahead, thinking about those times when you could apply that diaphragmatic breathing to help calm you down, to help make you feel grounded and at peace. And just knowing that you have yoga as a tool to get you through this uncertain time. The light in me honors and respects and loves the light in each and one of every you. Thank you for watching. Namaste. So thank you, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully we'll be having more videos to come. But for now, stay well, stay safe, stay inside. And please, there's plenty of yoga resources out there. And you're also welcome to reach out to me if you have any questions or just want some good tips. I'm happy to do that. I hope you all stay well and enjoy the rest of Block 7 and Block 8.